Undressed with Paul and Patrik. We're doing holiday edition, Christmas rundown.
Christmas, yay! I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm always excited for Christmas.
I'm excited because we've got two very special guests in the Paul Attu Beverly Hills Boutique today.
Oh my God, who? Christmas? Santa Claus.
No.
Mrs. Claus.
Today we're doing something
Elf.
entirely different.
What are we doing?
are interviewing each other and going to talk about Christmas traditions.
You're my guest?
I'm your guest.
Oh my God, my amazing, beautiful guest who used to be a Versace model, who's run around the world, who's graced all the covers of magazines, worked for Gucci, Ferragamo, who
Gennaro,
else?
bitch.
Gennaro.
You forgot about Gennaro.
I mean, people pay top dollar to see him with clothes on, and all I get to do is unwrap him every single year during Christmas.
Woohoo!
It's Patrik Simpson!
And my guest is the infamous fashion designer extraordinaire.
When you say infamous, that means I'm dead?
No, why does infamous
You mean
mean you're
famous.
dead? Infamous doesn't mean dead.
What does that mean?
Infamous means just world renowned.
Is that what that means?
Infamous does not mean dead.
I thought I
But
was
if you
dead.
want me to say infamous, not dead, fabulous, amazing, couturier in
do it
Beverly Hills. I'm not doing it again. We're going forward. I love the whole infamous, not infamous, famous fucking bullshit, whatever it is.
Well, I didn't think...
Undressed bitches, this is what you get this year. I am introducing and interviewing Paul Attu, celebrity fashion designer.
Whoop, whoop! Yes!
Infamous
Yes!
and famous fashion extraordinaire.
I thought infamous was when you're dead. You're
No,
infamous.
I don't think infamous means dead. It just means world. It means like everybody fucking knows you. You're infamous. It's actually better than famous. You should be happy that I'm calling you infamous.
I thought you wanted me dead.
No.
For Christmas.
Well, wait. What's the insurance policy? Let me think about it.
You know
I'm
what?
kidding. All right, we're going to talk about American, German, Armenian Christmas traditions.
Oh my God, Christmas traditions!
What did you do when you were a little boy and well, you weren't in Armenia, but Kuwait? How did you guys celebrate Christmas at your house?
Well, my birthday is December 27th, so it was very complicated for my parents to be able to identify with Christmas, separating it with my birthday, because I never wanted, well, my mom never wanted Christmas to be the same as my birthday. Since
Wait. I'm going to interrupt you really quick. When your birthday is on the 27th, do you get robbed every year for Christmas? I mean, your birthday? Like, is it from people or no?
I don't get robbed. I just don't get enough gifts.
Really?
Well, because when everybody else gets a gift for their birthday gift during the year, and then also open up a Christmas gift at Christmas, they're opening up two packages. Me, I get one package if I'm lucky, and it's wrapped in Christmas. So when they bring it to me for birthday, they're like, oh, it's also your birthday present. I'm like, how could it also be my birthday? Jesus has it on his own day.
But I always get you Christmas presents, and I always get you birthday presents. And every year we go to a new country for New Year's, which is your birthday.
Yeah, but you're also doing it with me. It's not just me specific.
I could send you by yourself, but that would be no fun.
Oh, yes, it would. Oh, yes, it would.
It wouldn't, because I know what you would do the entire time you would be away.
Sleep.
Exactly. You'd be like, this is where I'm going to catch up and sleep.
I would sleep. I would order room service, and I would not even know what country I was in. I wouldn't even care if I needed to know what country I was in.
Okay, so
I would peek out the window.
Okay, so talk about Christmas.
And I would turn on the heater.
Probably. So we'll talk about our Christmas this year, and what we're going to do for New Year's. We'll let our everyone know, our undressed bitches know what's happening. But talk about when you were a kid. What did you guys do in your household, in your family, celebrating Christmas?
Well, when I was doing Christmas in Kuwait, we never celebrated American Christmas on the 25th. We celebrate Christmas, which is Armenian Christmas, January 6th, which means we open some presents New Year's. So
wait, I thought it was January 9th, Armenians Christmas. No?
No, that's when my mom passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry. So January 6th is the official Armenian Christmas day.
January 6th.
Okay.
So it was my birthday, then it was New Year's,
Yep.
then it was Armenian Christmas to start the year with.
Got it.
But in America, since we got here, we celebrate the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, 25th, which is Christmas, 27th, which is my birthday, and then a day and a half later, it's New Year's, And then Armenian Christmas again.
Okay, so you guys celebrated a lot. So how do you say you get robbed? You celebrate a lot of days.
They don't bring presents. They just celebrate. They eat, drink, and be merry.
So you didn't like have Christmas tree on Christmas Day?
Well, of course we did.
You did?
We had Christmas tree all from New Year's.
Okay.
So before New Year's, we'd put up the Christmas tree, and then it would go from New Year's all the way through January. That's why the Christmas tree at our house always stayed up until July.
Really?
The only reason why I take it down in June is because your birthday's in July.
Our house. When we put a Christmas tree up, that is true. The Christmas tree stayed up a couple times till July.
Well, because we leave the country, then by the time we come back, and it's kind of really pretty, and it's really beautiful, and it like smells so nice, and I'm like, okay, just leave it up. Although it's fake tree, but it's got. I always put little.
The fir thing that makes it smell
scent,
like pine.
On the tree branches.
So when you were a kid, did you have a Christmas tree? Did you like get to run down the stairs and the Christmas tree's there and presents are under the tree on the 25th or no?
We never celebrated the 25th. So I didn't know Christmas was on the 25th until I got to America.
Really? So in Armenia then, in the Middle East, they celebrate on the 6th. Of January.
Yeah, that's when you open your presents, and then.
But you have a Christmas tree? Do you have like the whole? Okay.
We have the Christmas tree. We have the same traditions.
Okay.
And we go to church. And my name is. I'm born on Peter Paul Day.
Oh, so your name is Peter? All this time, your name is Peter, and I don't even know this.
Peter Paul Day.
Oh.
Saint Peter and Saint Paul.
You said my name is.
I'm born on
Peter Paul
Saints Day, which is the Saint Peter and Saint Paul Day.
Got it.
So December 27th, the reason why I'm named Paul is because I was born on that day. Oh. So they also celebrate Saints Day, which means all the saints throughout the year have their own day. They get together, so they get together for their birthday.
Got it.
Which necessarily may not coincide with their saint name.
Okay.
So the saint name, they celebrate the saint name too, and then Christmas. And I'm like, so I get ripped off that present as well.
But how did they decorate your house when you were in Kuwait? Like, do you get like, I mean, there's like Christmas balls and Christmas trees and snowmen. Do they do all that kind of tradition stuff or no?
Yeah, it's actually from Europe. Everything that we did was very European. So if you go to Europe and you see the garlands in London, there's all these different Christmas ornaments and very unique, handmade, specific gingerbreads and what have you. Then that's what we did.
So my parents were German, and my mother was always trying to do some crazy different things for Christmas. And I remember when I was a little boy, she would.
You can't remember yesterday. I can't imagine how you're going to remember a little boy.
I know, but I do. When I was a little boy, we used to. My mother had seen this thing where people would hang, and it wasn't done in very many homes. I don't think any homes actually. We kind of started it where they would hang Christmas balls from the ceiling. So we would have to, during Christmas time, oh shit, now I'm really going to look bad because you're going to say I can't thread a needle. I'd have to thread these fucking Christmas ball. We'd put thread in the Christmas ball.
Wire, so you can hang it.
No, it was thread. It was actually like a fishing wire or whatever, and it's clear, and we would hang them from the ceiling. We would put a thumbtack in the ceiling, and the entire house had Christmas balls dangling from the ceiling.
How pretty.
And it was really, really cool. My mom loved it. And I remember that, and we had to then make a little loop for the thumb, to put the thumbtack in the thread. And then we would all get up on, these like little ladders, and we would be putting them all through the entire house. And then when Christmas was over, it took forever to take those damn things out of the ceiling. And then my mom would scream, "Leave the thumbtacks in. You got to leave the thumbtacks in for next year." So we didn't have to,
redo it.
to redo it.
So your ceiling was full of thumbtacks.
Well, because we had.
How sweet.
No, because remember back then we had popcorn ceilings, so you couldn't see the thumbtacks.
I wasn't born then when there was
Bitch, you're older than me, of course.
No, we had smooth ceilings there. We had a housekeeper. We had marble floors. We had a gorgeous Christmas tree. And I think at one year my mom had decorated it Bulgari.
Oh, nice.
It was the theme.
And a couple of years, my mom.
So no thumbtacks.
Well, okay, you can't see the thumbtacks. That holds the Christmas balls, but it was very pretty. It's very, very pretty.
Can I say that's very tacky?
Sorry, Mom. Rest in peace. But she loved it. And another thing my mom did a couple times, we did during
Tell
Christmas.
me it was in the rainbow colors and every thumbtack had a different shade.
No, it wasn't. It was white thumbtacks. You couldn't see them because we have white ceiling.
Thumbtacks.
Yeah.
Wow. So it looked like little popcorn on the ceiling.
It did. It was really cool. But we'd have to keep them there all year round. And then the hardest part, when next year's Christmas would roll around, we'd have all the balls, and then we'd leave the balls with the thread on the ball. We'd take the ball out, and then you'd have to like hunt for the thumbtack in the ceiling all through the house. It was crazy. But it looked so beautiful. It took like a whole day and a half to hang those, but it really looked beautiful. I really liked it.
When did you celebrate Christmas?
The 25th, 24th and 25th. My parents, were Roman Catholic, so we would go to midnight mass every year.
Yeah, see, we went to mass too.
I was an altar boy several
But we went in
times.
January, not in December.
Oh, well, see, I was an altar boy in a couple of the midnight masses that we would go to, actually. So our tradition was we would come to our home, we would get to open one present on Christmas Eve, then we would go to and we'd have to go to midnight mass, and then we'd get up early on Christmas Day, and there were 6 of us, 6 kids. And my parents kind of spoiled us a little bit rotten. It was really funny because they would say that the unwrapped presents are from Santa Claus, and then the wrapped presents were from them. And every one of us, we had 6 kids, and we each had our own little section of the house of presents, of just anything and it was crazy. Like I had one section of Star Wars toys one year, and my sister had they were very giving and very gracious, and made Christmas really fun. Really, really fun.
My Christmas was fun too.
Yeah?
There was singing, dancing, eating.
I like that.
Yeah.
You didn't sing though, right?
It was a party. I did sing.
And then I got to tell you another thing too. A couple of years, my mom had seen at Robinson's May one time that they had hung the Christmas tree upside down from the ceiling. So my mother told my father, this year we're going to hang the Christmas tree upside down. And we did. A couple times we had done that in a couple different Christmases.
My mom used to shop at Robinson's.
And it was really cool and then people, I remember when we did it, we were in Walnut. I grew up in Walnut, California. And the first year that we did that, hung the Christmas tree upside down, everybody thought everyone in my family was crazy. They're like, why is she hanging the Christmas tree upside down? And then a couple people copied us the next year and hung their tree upside down. So that was kind of interesting and fun. Have you ever hung a ball upside down from a tree? It's very interesting.
What ball?
The Christmas balls, the ornaments. You would hang the tree up from the ceiling. My dad had a whole thing where it was like hanging from the ceiling upside down, the Christmas tree, and then you'd have to hang the balls, but they would be hanging backwards.
Yeah.
They'd be like reverse.
No, I never did that.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
They were a little nuts. When you did you go to midnight mass then or no?
Yeah.
Because you're Armenian, right? So you were raised Armenian. Is it Armenian Catholic?
Greek
it's kind
Orthodox.
of the same thing, right? Basically.
Greek Orthodox. It's the same thing.
Okay. And then you did the midnight mass.
Yes.
But you would do it on the 5th.
Armenians were the first Christian culture.
They were?
Yes.
Oh. Are you sure?
They were the first to adopt Christianity.
And then the Roman Catholics kind of took it from there?
Well, Romans took everything.
They did, actually. But it's okay. What was your favorite Christmas? Out of all your Christmases ever, what do you think your favorite Christmas was?
Every Christmas was my favorite.
No, but you got to pick one.
I can't.
You have to. You got to pick one Christmas.
I can't remember all the Christmases for me to think.
Really? Is there ever a Christmas that you went in wanting something?
Yes, there is one Christmas.
Okay, what?
When we were in America.
Okay. And you came to America when you were how old?
6.
6, okay.
So when we came to America, and because Christmas started falling before my birthday.
Yeah.
And my mom was getting frustrated and recognizing how am I going to navigate this.
Right.
She turned an entire room of the house to a birthday room.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And because the whole house is decorated Christmas and it's going to stay up for a month and a half, so how are you going to be able to celebrate birthday during the same time?
Yeah.
So she decorated a whole room just birthday and got everybody together so that we would celebrate my birthday.
I like that.
And it was in that room.
In the room.
Because it was just My birthday. Because once you walk into it, you're like, oh my God, I just got transported to a birthday party.
How old were you when she did that? And that was one time, or she did all the time?
No, it was one time.
Okay.
Well, it was one time that was that,
Yeah.
I must have been 14.
Oh, 14. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, wow. Then, I mean, I would think that if during birthday and Christmas, you would get double the presents, no?
You would think they can go shopping on the 26th.
Yes.
Everything's 50% off. You can get me 3.
Exactly.
Get me 3 presents.
Well, I do. Every year I kind of take care of you.
You're my present.
American traditions.
You're a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, it does. Should we talk about American traditions versus American Christmas traditions and German traditions and Armenian traditions?
Well, we're going to go to Germany, so I can't wait to see what New Year's is going to be like there.
New Year's we're in Amsterdam for Germany. Amsterdam for New Year's and then Germany.
Well, it's the kind of the same idea.
Kind of, yeah. I know that we would always do like Christmas dinner that my mom would make.
I know that there was
bake,
a very special food that they make for Armenian Christmas.
which is called
Like
what?
fish.
Okay.
It has to be.
Fish.
Because Jesus passed out fish.
Oh.
Otja, which is
Otje.
spinach, eggs. It's like the souffle.
Okay.
But you have to make it in these little. My mom brought an otja pot.
Okay.
From Kuwait, and she used to, kind of put it in there on the stovetop.
Okay, I want to ask you a few things. Ishkanats. Am I saying this wrong? Ishkanats. Ishkanats. Ishkanats Yerevan. I guess it's a fish dish? Because they're talking about fish is a very central part of Armenian.
Well, I don't know
Armenian
what kind
tradition.
of fish that is, but fish is one of the things that they make.
And would you bake it or grill it, or how would you do it?
Different ways.
Okay.
But there was one specific way that my mom used to do it.
And you?
It was on the stovetop, grilled
Oh.
or baked or.
Wait, have you made fish like that for me?
I don't know. No, because when she used to do it,
Yeah.
I used to tell her you can't do this in the house anymore, so she had to stop.
Why?
She has to do it outside the home.
Because of the smell?
Because it would smell up at the whole house. I could not sleep. I'm like, go do it outside. So they had to do it outside in the barbecue, but not on the barbecue.
Yeah.
In the oil in the pan or whatever it is that they were doing, but use the barbecue.
But would you do turkey, or it's just mainly fish for Armenia?
I didn't know what turkey was until I came to the States.
Really?
I didn't know what Thanksgiving was until we came to America.
So we...
That was my favorite part of the year.
So German tradition, we would always do ham, and then a lot of times we would do Hassenpfeffer, which is rabbit. And then, which was good, which I didn't.
Well, how come you never ate rabbit when your dad would kill the rabbit and bring it home and cook it?
I can't. It's when I figured out what Hassenpfeffer was, I was like, I don't want it. I don't need it. But then my dad was a hunter, as you know. And so he would hunt deer because he would go away for a few months.
Yeah, we've had venison.
And he would bring venison, and then he would try and trick us because I didn't want to eat Bambi. So he'd always lie and say it's not really deer, but you could really taste the meat, the deer meat. So yeah. I hated it. I did not like it at all. I want to ask you about klash. Oh my God, I'm butchering these Armenian names. Klash lama.
What?
Bitch, you're Armenian. You don't know any of this. It's boiled meat, apparently. Klash lama. Khashlama.
Khashlama.
Oh. Okay, was hashlama.
It's silent. Khashlama.
Hashlama.
That's the soup that they used to make.
Okay.
For the next morning, like a brunch.
Okay.
But the Armenians from Lebanon and the Middle East don't do that. They do it in Russia because it's very cold. So they eat it for breakfast, but it's the head of a lamb that they put in a big.
What?
What do you call that?
A boiling pot.
Cylinder.
A boiler.
And then that's what it is. Hashlama is.
Hashlama.
It's the head of a lamb.
Oh my God.
That they cook, and it takes like 12 hours.
And you eat the head?
Well, becomes pieces, and that's the beef stew sort of a thing that you eat. And
tell me you did not
what
like
it's supposed to do, I don't. What it's supposed to do is it's supposed to cure a hangover, and I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped drinking. Maybe when I did start
That's
drinking,
almost as bad.
because I don't drink.
That's almost as bad as my mom would make tongue.
It's like, yeah.
Oh,
I love
it was a
brains,
Christmas
though.
tradition that we would have tongue on the table, and I could not eat it. I did not want to eat
No,
someone's
but
tongue.
I love brain.
Ugh.
I love to eat brain with lemon.
Are you kidding?
Oh,
I've never had that.
If it's done right and it's
No.
raw, oh, it's delish.
No, I didn't.
I mean, it's a delicacy, but I'm not. I mean, I don't have to have it.
Right. Would your mom do like this full like spread of
Well, you've seen Thanksgiving at our house,
yeah,
right?
beautiful. Yeah, of course.
Where do you think I learned half of it?
And did you do your Armenian spaghetti? Did she do that for you during Christmas time or no, for Christmas
No,
dinner?
that was an everyday thing.
Oh.
She never did that.
So a
either.
typical Christmas dinner for you would be what?
All the Armenian dishes that you could imagine.
Okay.
Which
That
is
I can't fucking
each,
pronounce.
Which is the dolmas, the grape leaves.
Oh.
The imam bayanda, which is the eggplant
I love the grape leaves.
dish.
The eggplant is okay.
The
Not the raw meat though.
the raw meat, yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
What's that called?
Chikifte.
Chikufte.
Chikifte. That's
Chikufte,
like with
no
the
way.
grain.
I don't like it.
Tabbouleh, hummus, the regular from one end to the other.
Yeah. Interesting.
Muhammada,
What's that?
the red pasty with walnuts. You
Do
don't
I like that?
No.
Oh. I'm like, do I like that? Did you guys do cookies? Like, would you make cookies, Christmas cookies and stuff? Would your mom
Armenian
bake?
cookies. That's what Eileen and I make.
Is that
when I
you,
make the Armenian
remember that one
cookies,
year we
we
went over to
roll it
Eileen's
out,
house and we
yes.
made all those?
We make Armenian cookies.
And then what was the thing she makes for us every year? The chocolate
It's
that
called
goes in the
chodeg,
freezer?
the Armenian cookies.
Oh, no, the one that goes in the freezer.
No, that's a different thing. That's for me, because my mom used to make it just for me. Nobody else ever had that.
What's it called?
The chocolate cake.
Oh,
the
so
cracker
good.
cake.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
so good.
It's called bargato, which is cold cake, which
Oh.
you put in the freezer because that's how you
So
cure
creative.
it. It's in the
Bolgate.
freezer. Bargato.
Bargato.
Gato is French for
Bargato.
cake.
Okay.
Bar means cold.
Bargato.
So it's bargato, cold cake.
Bargato. Okay. So pumpkin pie was always us.
I never knew what that was
pumpkin
until I got
pie.
to America. We don't have pumpkins in Kuwait.
Why? Of course you do.
They don't grow them in the desert.
Oh my God. Pumpkin pie and pecan pie was the best for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think
That
we
w-
had pecan either.
And then my mom would do like a baked apple pie, but it would be like really hot. And that's like, that was
yeah,
the
I
best.
didn't know what pie was until I got to America.
They don't have pie in the Middle East? They do? No?
No. Maybe they do now, but they never did before.
You have baklava. One year we did
Baklava.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of the baklava.
Why?
or
It's all
not.
sugar. It's amazing.
Maybe it's too much sugar.
Pure sugar.
Yeah, but it's too much sugar. I feel like I'm like high after I have a piece of baklava.
You're
like
supposed
a
to be.
huge
it
sugar
calms,
rush.
It calms your system down. All those foods are realistically made so that you're able to digest
Okay.
and not have the alcohol in your system.
Well, which is really funny because all the Armenians do is drink. Every time you guys get together, the Armenians, all they do is drink.
Well, they drink vodka straight up.
Big time.
They drink
Tequila,
tequila,
whiskey. A lot of them drink whiskey.
But they also drink. I forgot what it's called.
I don't know.
The clear liquid that when you add water to it turns white.
I don't know what that is either.
Ori.
Ori. Oh, okay.
Ori.
Yeah. I don't like that either. I've tried that too. I don't like it. Beer. Beer was always in our house because my dad is German. We're German. Beer. He's a beer drinker. Always had to drink beer. Always had a beer stein on Christmas every year. And I'm not a beer drinker, but he always loved his beer, and I guess that was very traditional for Christmas.
For my family to be smokers, drinkers, and everything else,
You don't do any of it.
I don't do any of it except
That's
for party
insane.
all day and night.
When you guys how would you guys decorate your house?
Decorate.
Yeah.
Full on, blown out, decorate.
But would it be more because we always struggled with
Even the cars were decorated.
Really?
Inside the car, there's wreath, there's
Well, we would always
wreath,
put a
there's
wreath. My mom would always make sure a
Christmas.
wreath was on the front of the car.
No, not like that. That's an
No.
American thing. The
Yeah.
Armenians, like the floor mats were Christmas with poinsettias. There were towels or whatever inside the car. The kitchen was towels and poinsettias, pillows.
Did you ever do gingerbread houses?
Not until I got to America, and then I learned what it is. But then I go,
that's a German thing, actually.
I go,
houses.
why am I gonna make this whole thing and then eat it? Because it's stale. I don't want to touch it.
There was always a gingerbread house in our home for Christmas. There was always fruitcake.
Fruitcake we had
was
because
such a big tradition.
Yeah, but that's from Europe, so we had it.
You did.
We had fruitcake because it was from Europe.
We've never had a fruitcake in our house. For how long? We've never.
Yeah,
had
we
fruitcake.
have.
We have.
You don't like to eat it because it gets stuck in your.
Oh, my veneers.
All your fake teeth.
And my fake teeth. Yeah, but I do. But I did like fruitcake growing up. I thought it was really, really good, actually. I think one of.
Let's get a fruitcake today.
You want to get a fruitcake?
Yeah.
I think we should get a fruitcake.
Let's get fruitcake.
I think we will. I absolutely love that.
I know what I'm going to get Avery for Christmas.
A fruitcake?
A fruitcake.
Fruitcakes for everyone.
Hopefully somebody will bring us a gift and then I can re-gift.
So we would, and then after Christmas, right, we'd get to run and see all the presents and everything. And then we would get to do all that. My dad would then go into the kitchen and he would cook. So he would make pancakes for everybody. He would make omelets, eggs. There was this big breakfast feast. And my dad was always the one that would cook and do all of that. In your family, who was did you guys do a breakfast on Christmas Day or no?
The food never left the table. They just kept replenishing it. Nothing would ever stay. There was it was one continuous. Everybody that left for Christmas Eve was invited back the next morning.
And did you have a lot of family that came to your home for Christmas Day?
Always.
Always, yeah.
It was the center.
Yeah. The same thing with us, too. My mom's, our house was always where all the relatives would get together. Because we were always,
And my mom had a closet full of extra presents because she never knew who was going to show up. And if they brought a kid or whatever, she would go in the back, wrap the present up, and then bring it, go, oh, Santa brought you a gift.
Yep.
I'm like, that was my gift.
Well, my mother was a consummate shopper. You wonder where I get it from? So all year long, she would be shopping and hiding presents all over, hiding them away and putting them away for December for all of us. So she was always shopping, always putting presents away. And I remember that after she passed away, my dad was saying he kept finding presents everywhere, all over, where she would hide stuff because she was hiding for the next Christmas. And I thought that was kind of interesting. But she would never, I know I've gotten shopping from her. I definitely have. But she would buy things and then she would forget where she put things. So the day before Christmas, she'd be scrambling to kind of put it all together. And I don't know. I think I believed in Santa Claus until maybe
28.
I still believe in Santa Claus.
Me too.
You don't believe in Santa Claus?
Oh, I believe.
So breakfast was a big deal. That was a really big deal in our house. All the relatives coming over, exchanging presents. And then we would have to go to church again on Christmas Day. We would go midnight mass, and sometimes we would go on Christmas Day as well.
My mom had a tradition where the next day at Christmas in the afternoon, after breakfast, after church, after all this stuff, she used to get a bunch of presents together and go to other people's homes and drop off gifts and take us with her to show us how we had it so good or whatever we had.
Yeah.
Which, it was great, but I don't think it was all that. But it was great. And
I think you had it pretty good.
Well, I mean, they worked hard. They did what, they gave us a lot of love.
Of course.
And she would take gifts to other people's homes and give it to the kids that didn't have that many gifts or even any gifts so that they would have something to open for Christmas.
So did you ever because in the Catholic tradition, we had an Advent calendar. And
I didn't know what that was until I got to America.
So you know what it is.
But then I've lived in America for my whole life. It's not like I knew anything at 5 years old.
So an advent calendar.
I barely started speaking when I was 4.
So an advent calendar for those.
I was a little delayed.
So an advent calendar, I am going to get this out. For those of our listeners that don't know what an advent calendar is, in the Catholic tradition, it's basically a calendar with little, you open up
on the 8th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 birds a humming, 1 dove a singing.
How on the 8th day do they give you 2?
I don't know. Oh,
it's 8 maids a milking.
Oh, it's something
7 swans a swimming.
I still didn't know
6
that.
geese a laying. 5 golden rings.
Rings. I don't know.
You don't even fucking know. So an advent calendar.
I didn't even know that the days had anything to do with what we was given.
Of course, it's 8 days, 8 ladies. Yes, of course, 8 maids of milking. Yes. So we had the advent calendar, and on the December 1.
You're such a good Catholic.
I am. We would all get to. We would pick we just to open up the little door.
I just knew there was chocolate in it. That's all I got.
There's a little chocolate in there. Yes. So
that's all I cared about.
And grab the little chocolate.
I didn't know what the pictures were.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I just wanted the chocolate. I didn't care.
Oh my God. So you had an advent calendar.
For the chocolate?
Oh,
yeah.
God. You're awful. Awful. And then we were, my dad was the Knights of Columbus. And my mom was ladies of, Columbus. So everything in our house revolved around the Knights of Columbus. So we would go to the Christmas party. We would go, and spend time with them. We had families that we had sponsored that had fled Cambodia and fled Vietnam and lived with us a couple different times, different Christmases. And so we would sponsor those families. And so it was a pretty interesting and fun tradition every year. It was something that we really all got together.
I think the one thing I learned during Christmas and New Year's was leave everything behind. Mm-hmm. Enjoy the time that you have with the people that you care about. Yeah. And it'll all going to be okay, and we'll deal with it again tomorrow.
One of my best Christmases ever, when I was 13 years old, my parents sent me with my best friend to the Philippine Islands for a month. So I got to go to the Philippines and experience Christmas, New Year's, all of it in the Philippines. And I was like this, young kid, totally American white boy around all these little like Filipinos. No, but they're Filipinos. They're not very tall. So I was like this tall, American kid. We had one time we went to.
You're so statuesque.
I am. Thank you, babe. We went to Batu Camarines Sur. Uh-huh. And they.
And your shoe fetish started with.
I started with my shoe fetish with Imelda Marcos. That was the Macalakiang Palace in Manila, in the city of Manila, when I met Ferdinand Marcos and Imelda Marcos, the president and president's wife.
I wish you brought one of her shoes home.
Of the Philippines, and that was incredible. That was an incredible experience. But we had gone to Batu Camarines Sur and his Lola, which is, I guess, grandfather.
Lola.
No.
Her name was Lola.
No, Lola is grandmother. Lolo is grandfather.
Lolo. His name was Lolo.
Shut up.
He had a show girl. Her name was Lola.
I don't know. Justin's shaking his head. Justin, are you Filipino? No, but he's not. Okay, but he knows the traditions.
I know the song.
Oh. So Lolo means grandfather and Lola means grandmother. So his Lolo was the mayor of Batu Camarines Sur. And he slaughtered a cow and brought all the poor villagers in to have this big feast at their estate in Batu. And I remember all these Filipino girls were so excited. We were in the middle of the town after the feast, and we were walking around the town. All these girls like, Americano, we want to kiss the Americano.
Aww,
so one of the
so
Filipino
cute.
girls came up, and she gave me a kiss on my cheek.
That's when you turned gay.
Maybe. They lined up, I swear to God,
It was a kissing booth.
They lined up 2 rows of Filipino women that lined up to kiss the Americano.
I want to go find out what their life is like now. After that one kiss, because I know what mine's been like. I want to know what their life is like. Can we compare?
And that was one of my best Christmases, really. It really was. One of my best Christmases. White elephant. Did you guys ever do white elephant?
Does that tell you that we did or not? No.
How do you not do white elephant?
We had gifts. We exchanged gifts and stuff like that, but it wasn't called white elephant.
What did they call it?
It was take what you like. It was grab what you like. If somebody has it, you can have it. If you can tackle them, it's yours.
Is the white elephant the game where you exchange gifts and you can take it away from someone? No.
Yeah.
White elephant is no. Wait, that's not called white. Is that white elephant?
Yes.
You wrap a gift. And then
a unisex gift. You put it under the tree, and then you either pick it by a number and then you have one.
We would do that at our parties when we would do Christmas parties. You and I at our house.
Yeah, but we
would
did more
do the
than white elephant. We just came up with crazy games to do.
All kinds of crazy stuff. Exactly. What do you miss the most about Christmas?
Well, I don't miss anything because I do Christmas every year.
Yeah, but I mean,
so I'm not doing anything that I never did.
Do you miss anything that you think you could have done different, or a different tradition, or something better, or something? Is there a tradition that you wanted to do and you never did?
No.
Or
I don't believe in that. I've been doing every single thing that I've wanted to do in the way I've wanted to do it, and then had that tradition stay. Except for Thanksgiving, since COVID, because we're not doing it at the house anymore. But that's been something that I've always loved to do.
What were the traditions in your family?
Thanksgiving was a huge tradition.
Okay, that's not Christmas. Family. We're talking about Christmas.
So after Thanksgiving,
it
used to be New Year's, so that we wouldn't go out for New Year's. We stayed home for New Year's.
But New Year's on like January 1st?
Yeah, Americans go out for New Year's.
Yeah, of course.
Armenians party at home for New Year's.
Really?
Yes. So they do an entire, the whole village.
Like a block party or something?
The village shows up to the house. Yep. There's a DJ, food, music, hats, streamers, you name it. Mm-hmm. And it's a full-on celebration at home.
Oh, wow.
Until the next day at 4 or 5 a.m. and then breakfast starts. That's when you have the hush.
But isn't it, Armenians are very, a lot of them, families will live next door to each other, or across from each other, or in the same neighborhood. America, we don't do that. We want to be far away from them. We want to come, visit, say hello, do Christmas exchange, whatever, and then we're gone and we go.
Whatever that means, but yes.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to talk about your Christmas movies. Favorite Christmas movie. So every year we would have a Christmas story running nonstop all day long at our house. Christmas Story, you know what that is?
Yeah, but I don't think we had a Christmas movie. I'm trying to remember.
How do you not have a Christmas movie?
Because it wasn't like that. It was very family. You sit down, you talk, you get to know your cousin.
Yeah, but we would have the Christmas movie on. We'd all sit together and we'd watch and we'd talk and we'd laugh and we'd chat about it. It was Christmas Story and Home Alone.
Yeah, we wouldn't watch movies.
Really?
Yeah, we never. No.
Huh.
Yeah.
That was a really big part of our
the guys
family.
Men usually would be on one side of the room. The women would be in the other side. And then I was stuck in the middle going back and forth trying to figure things out.
Why would they separate the men and the women? They don't do that.
It's just what the Armenians do. The guys get together, the women get together, and then the women are gossiping. The men are, boasting about
when would you put your Christmas tree up at your house?
Oh, right at Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we would too. Right after Thanksgiving, it was a big tradition. My mom would get everyone together. And then we would all put the...
Yeah, sometimes Thanksgiving had the Christmas tree up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But they gamble, too. See, New Year's, Armenians gamble. That's why they stayed home.
They gamble.
So they play any kind of game with money. So like blackjack or different games that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
And then they gamble. So it's like the pot is big and then they're gambling. They get pissed off. They have... Teresa moments where they're flipping the table. It's a whole thing.
I love a good Teresa moment.
It's a whole thing.
So it's an Armenian shit show.
Oh, it's fantastic.
In the two households.
Oh, it's amazing. And then people are stopping by at 2 a.m. They're driving into the house. They're ready to party. They're coming in at midnight to celebrate with you and go to another party. They go from home to home.
Interesting. Yeah, we never do that. We always stayed in our home. Family would come over and visit. It was usually always our home that people would come to.
My mom was a party animal, though. My mom was a...
So was my mom.
No,
my mom and dad would be partying all the time.
My mom was a party animal. Like the music, the singing, there's the lights. I mean, it was just... She was like the Jackie Onassis of the Armenian community.
I love that.
Yeah.
But she wasn't in any organizations or anything like that? Oh, she was?
Oh, multiple.
Oh.
Yeah.
And your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, see, my dad was a Mason and a Knights of Columbus, which is like taboo to be both, but he was both.
Yeah, they have their own, like, yeah.
So the Armenian had the same thing. And he used to wear this like weird hat that had like the little tassel hanging down. He would have to wear his hat to go out. Like Grand Poobah from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
It really did.
It was fun now that I'm recalling all those moments, just to remember the smells and the sounds and the energy that my mom created for the household. It was just, it was.
Do you remember what your last Christmas was like with your mom?
Yeah. After Thanksgiving, I celebrated Thanksgiving at the house, and the doctor had said that this would be, like, there's no way she'd make it through Thanksgiving. And I said, it's impossible. There's no way she's going to fuck Thanksgiving up. That's her favorite time. And then... Was
it her favorite tradition or favorite time of the year?
It was one of her favorite times of the year. And then as soon as Thanksgiving happened, and then I said to the doctor, I said, well, she can't go now. My birthday's around the corner. And then it's Christmas and New Year's. Now, I'm not going to fuck that up. I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life.
So you held on to her and
so I said, and I had a conversation with my mom, and I said, you can't go. You're not allowed. Pick another time to go because this ain't gonna work. It's not in my calendar.
Was your house all decorated and everything for the last Christmas with your mom?
I did all of it, and that was the one time that we didn't have Thanksgiving dinner in the formal dining room. We had it in the breakfast area.
Wow.
Because she couldn't move, so she was there.
Yeah.
So I set up the table on one side, then had them move the entire table to the other side.
Of course you did.
So that it would be close to her, so she would be involved, but she wasn't really involved.
Yeah.
And then when I told her, I said, you can't go. And she goes, what do you mean you can't go?
Yeah.
It's not up to me. I said, yes, it is. Tell the people that have been visiting you, trying to take you away, to hang tight, and that your number's not up yet. You ain't leaving.
Yeah.
She hung on until New Year's.
Wow.
And then January 1, we celebrated New Year's. I left, came back home, and she opened the prize, and she goes, can I go now?
She asked you?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I said...
I have chills.
And I said, you did everything you could. You did everything you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next day, the house got flooded. The ambulance came in. They took her to the hospital, and that was it. Until she said, I love you too, which was her last breath.
Wow. And that was what day? January
9th.
Which was 3 days after your Christmas. So basically, you made her hang on for Thanksgiving, Christmas, your birthday, New Year's, and Armenian Christmas.
Absolutely.
When's your mom's birthday? What time of the year?
April 5.
Oh.
She's an Aries.
Wait, isn't that Eileen's birthday?
Same birthday.
They share the same birthday?
Mm-hmm.
Why did I never know that?
Yeah.
Wow. That's interesting.
They were both on the same day.
Wow.
We didn't know that when we first met.
What a beautiful thing. And now your mom and my mom are hanging out, partying in heaven.
Yeah.
Anna Nicole's getting them in trouble. Can you believe it? That's crazy. What do you want to do this year for Christmas?
Well, we're going to go see your dad.
Yes.
We're going to go to Eileen's for the 24th.
Okay, I like that.
And then we're going to start celebrating my birthday.
Oh. In Amsterdam! That's going to be really fun.
Can't wait to go to the red light district and put on my panties and be in a window.
Rotterdam. No, you're not going to be in a window.
Why? I want to be in a window.
You're not going to be in a window. What do you mean you're going to be in a window?
Well, no, I want to shake my ass in the window.
Oh, my God. No, you're not going to do that. But that's going to be a fun trip. an amazing trip, actually.
Each time with you, it's great fun.
Oh, so should we do some runway rundown, Christmas edition? I'm gonna show you. We're gonna look at some pictures for Christmas event fashion. Give you guys the
See, I don't even understand. I don't understand ugly sweater thing either.
Oh, ugly sweater.
Ugly
Fuck. Before we do
sweaters?
runway rundown, let's talk about the ugly sweater thing because we got some of the ugliest sweaters from Steve. Remember
Yeah,
that?
I don't even understand why
The Grinch
people
with the
have
cigarette.
because the Christmas sweaters were so ugly.
Yeah.
They're celebrating it now. Only in America can you do this. They celebrate wearing an ugly sweater. So the uglier it is,
Yeah.
the better it is.
What would you wear for Christmas? Speaking of, during Christmas, what would you wear?
Fur.
Oh
girl,
my God.
we were all decked out with fur and diamonds.
Really?
Oh my God, yes.
We were always in pajamas during Christmas.
Oh, never.
Really?
Never. There was never a pajama party at my house.
Always in pajamas at
No.
Christmas because there was nothing more fun than waking up.
My mom never believed in us walking around with pajamas because there was a robe attached to those pajamas that you'd have to put on over the
Well,
pajamas.
I had a robe, but I had pajamas and a robe.
Yeah, no.
You would get up, get ready. You would be like
Absolutely.
dressed.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, we never did that.
You weren't allowed to open presents without being ready and dressed. Because as soon as
Really?
we opened the presents, then we had to leave.
And then go to.
Church or the other
Church,
places. So my mom was very time conscious, something you don't ever understand.
I know time, not.
Yeah, you just know that it's there in space somewhere.
You know what? I think time and myself just have a really bad relationship. I haven't figured out
That it's there?
to fix the relationship between time and myself. I don't know.
You don't have to tell me that.
No, a lot of people have to like my I think I get that from my mom. My mom was never on time for anything. Well, she kind of was. But
No,
not-
she wasn't.
No,
She invited us
wasn't.
for she invited us for your dad's birthday. Put the cake out and goes, "We gotta leave." I said, "I drove 2 hours to come here and you're leaving." She goes, "Yeah, we have a meeting." I said, "Why didn't you tell me you had a meeting?"
Let's tell our listeners about this. Was actually really funny. My mom invited us all over one year. This is a couple years before she died, and she had Alzheimer's, but she wasn't like fully, like she hadn't lost her memory and all that kind of stuff. But she was,
Which is worse to say.
it was like a year or two before she she had started to lose her memory a little bit and stuff. But she invited us over. She had all the kids, everyone show up for my dad's birthday. She puts a cake in front of my dad. She says, "Okay, we all got to sing happy birthday." She had a ladies auxiliary meeting at the
That
Knights of
she didn't have to
Columbus.
go to.
So she goes, "We're singing happy birthday to your dad." She puts the cake down in front of my dad. We all sing happy birthday.
And then she
And
left.
she goes, "I gotta go." She
And I'm
kisses-
thinking to myself, are we here to celebrate his birthday or
She kisses my dad, says, "I'm going. Happy birthday. I love you." Puts the cake. We sang. We did everything, and then we did. We cut the cake for my dad. My mom left, went to her meeting, but in my mother's defense, she was she was a little bit, a little scattered sometimes.
you think?
So I do pick up that tradition from her. I think maybe that I'm a little bit like.
That's not a tradition, it's a habit.
Okay, a
It's
habit.
really bad one.
Well, I've tried to. Even if I get up early, like one time you're like, "Oh, get up." I got up like 2 hours early. I was still late. I don't understand. I don't understand how I was still late getting up early. I just have no concept of time. I'm trying. 2025, my New Year's tradition is going to be on time? Maybe? Possibly?
I'm exhausted thinking about it. I can't even deal.
This is because you're so stringent with time.
I've got so much to do. I have no time.
I'm the same way, but
And I'm looking for another gig at the same time.
You don't need another gig. Let's do some runway rundown. We're gonna do some runway rundown. We're gonna do some Christmas event fashion. You guys know runway rundown is the good, the bad, the ugly, or what the fuck were you wearing and why? I have a couple good things actually, good people that we'll talk about. This one was last night at the Mufasa premiere for Christmas.
Oh, the Lion King.
Lion King. Beyonce and her daughter, Ivy Blue. Ivy Blue is wearing...
Blue Ivy.
Oh, is it Ivy? Oh, Blue Ivy? Blue Ivy. Oops.
She's wearing a
Blue
gold
Ivy.
metallic ball gown, bustier cut with a ruching to the side. She looks
Christian Siriano, by
gorgeous.
the way.
Well,
She does look gorgeous, but do you think this dress is a little too mature for a girl? She's what, 13, 14? She's not very old.
no, it's very Cinderella. I think it's a gold metallic, and I think it's because of the theme of what the event is.
To wear gold?
To wear those colors, because mom and her were wearing the same textures, but it's a gorgeous metallic.
And what is
too.
Beyonce wearing? Because Beyonce fucking killed it in this dress.
She looks beautiful too. I don't know what, but it's gold metallic like her daughters. I mean, it was intentional. They were both matching.
Are those big
No, they're just the
crystals
lame
or
fabric.
beads?
No, they're
or...
just lame fabric that's been infused onto the fabric, so it looks like scales.
I love it.
Very pretty.
It is. So it's the fabric itself.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Black and gold.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Blue Ivy's dress is iridescent, so it's black and gold.
Ah,
That's
I
why
love
it gives it that rustic, metallic, vintage look.
She looks amazing. They both look amazing. They really do. Really amazing. Okay, now let's talk about Alicia Vikander. And I always usually like what she's wearing, but this time it's a Christmas disaster. She looks like it's sequin. Is it gold, green sequins?
Who is she?
Alicia Vikander. She's a huge actress.
Okay, well that tells
She's
me
done a
who
lot
she
of
is.
movies. She's done a lot of things. She played in the movie where they had the first trans sex change operation.
Oh, I think it's because I think it's because of the ruffles that's at the bottom.
I hate the ruffles.
At the peplum.
Yes.
The top portion looks really, really pretty on her because it looks really, really risque and elegant.
I like the
But
color
then
and I
when
like
you
the
look
bust.
when you look at the ruffles that go in the front of her
Yeah.
very private area,
Yes.
and it looks like there's something hanging out of her vajayjay, that's the part that
Hoo-ha mishap.
yeah, that's the part that you're looking at going, oh my God, I can't believe it's really happening like that. That's the part that you don't like. But it's a gorgeous color.
But I like the color.
Yeah,
I think the
fabric
color is gorgeous.
is a beautiful fabric. I think the interpretation.
And the diamond earrings.
The interpretation, and
Wow.
she looks really, really pretty, but it doesn't sit well for what it is.
No. And do you like the shoes? I like the slit. I just don't like that, the ruffled peplum. I think
You
right.
don't like the ruffled
Yep.
peplum and a sad face in the front at the vagina.
Oh, is that what it? Oh, it is a sad face.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Agreed.
a frown.
Okay, we hated that one. Now let's talk about Grace VanderWaal. Remember we met her when she had just won America's Got Talent. This was how many years ago? When she was like 10 or 12, 11 years old.
Oh.
And you sent her a mask actually during COVID. Well, Grace VanderWaal is all grown up in, oh my God, this girl is stunning. She's wearing, is that sequin, metallic sequin?
Wow. Yeah, it's a metallic mesh, head to toe.
Silver or white?
It's white, but it looks silver because it's got the white background underneath it.
Gorgeous.
And it's a boat neck.
Okay.
Open back, so it just basically barely covers her nips, and then it's got a straight skirt with the mesh going all the way down. She looks really, really pretty.
She looks stunning.
Yeah, she looks great.
That's one of my favorite looks. And she always wears this like quirky stuff, but she went all out. This was at the Kennedy Honors, the Kennedy Center Honors.
It looks really
event.
pretty on her. But
Now,
she's young.
Yes. But I do want to talk about Heidi Klum at Mufasa. She's wearing white. I think it's white pearls, drop pearls. I didn't like this dress. I didn't like this fabric.
It's a
I
very
didn't like the look on her.
because it's a very dated dress and
Is
it
that
looks
what
like
it
a
is?
costume. It doesn't look like a gown. It looks it's very expensive.
It is, right?
But it looks very dated, and I think that's why. And it doesn't fit her quite the way it's supposed to. And she's got a great figure, so that's a fail.
Do you think if she had a slit in this dress, that would have made it better, or no?
Possibly, but it's not her. It's not her cut. It looks like a costume.
Lisa Ann Walter. was also at the Kennedy Center Honors, and
I love her. You were talking to her.
I know. I talked to her the other day. I'm kind of loving this. It's black and white. Is this pants or a skirt? I'm not sure. Can you describe the outfit to our audience?
She's wearing a gown.
It is a gown. Okay.
A white bottom, straight fitted with a velvety scoop in the front with gloves and a capelet over it with her red hair. She looks really elegant.
She looks beautiful.
She looks like she's going to a very formal event that has a lot of gravitas to it. So she looks like she might as well be going to the opera because that's what it looks like.
It looks it. I like it. Yeah. It's a very appropriate,
stunning.
Right? For Kennedy Center Honors.
And her hair looks beautiful. It's not overdone. It's pulled away from her face. She looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I loved it.
The black and white is a great combination for her.
Is this a cape? It's a cape, right? It's a capelet.
It's like a little cape that goes over the top. It cascades down the back and it covers her arms a little bit, but it gives her a nice
And do you like her hair pulled back like that?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty, right? Very pretty.
Because it's not overdone, but it is done enough where it looks really pretty.
Do you like the fact, and is it a rule of thumb typically that where you can't see her heels? Is that a big deal? Is that like what?
You want the dress. You want the dress to hit the floor.
To not see the shoes.
You don't need to see the shoes. No.
Okay. She looks really tall.
Because
really
it makes
pretty.
you look leaner and taller, and it doesn't give you another break where you don't need one for your height.
Okay. I've got one more. Jordyn Woods. She was at the Mufasa premiere. She's wearing a fur coat. I believe, is that a fur coat? And a gold sequins gown. Stunning. I thought she looked amazing.
It's a gold sequins, asymmetrical, one shoulder with a cutout at the boobs, so her cleavage is showing, her legs are showing, and then she's wearing a fur, gold fox fur.
Ooh.
That just blends in with the really, really beautiful gold.
Is that a real fur?
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Oh, I want to have that fox all over me right now. But she's glistening, even down to her shoes.
I know.
All matching.
The slit in the dress is so pretty.
And that color is a great golden hue for her complexion. She looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I liked it. I think she was one of my faves. Actually, I've got one more, which is a huge clusterfuck miss. I love Chloë Sevigny. She was at the Kennedy Center Honors. We've met her.
It's Sevigny.
Sevigny. Isn't it Sevigny? Sevigny.
Well, when you're not wearing the right clothes, even the names come out wrong.
Okay.
Sevigny.
Well, I hated this dress. It looks like a lampshade threw up on the top bust of the dress.
Oh.
It's a white Christmas fail. It's not a wonderful life. It's a horrible life in this dress.
I think this was her grandmother's old tablecloth, and then she just kind of put it on her and went there or a blind designer made it, because I don't think they realized what they put, where they put it, and why they put it.
It's puckering. Her boobs are sagging in the dress. I don't understand it.
It's not even homemade, because if it was homemade, no. This is white, long sleeves, puffered lace at the top.
Horrible.
It almost looks like it's a Renaissance period gone bad.
No, it is a Renaissance period gone bad.
It's got little doilies hanging from under the bust at the Empire.
Oh.
And then it's got little ties at the wrist with the asymmetrical hem. I think I can't look at it. It hurts my eyes. I don't even want to describe it to anybody because I don't want them to get so.
It's such an awful
Don't be driving.
Dress. Is that
don't
mesh
drive
at the top?
And look at this dress.
Is that mesh at the top?
Pull over now and then look at this dress.
Is that mesh at the top where you can see through?
It's a lace, but it's awful.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, it's really bad. It's basically, and that's silk, right?
Yes, it's a gorgeous silk.
Is it?
Charmeuse.
Okay. It's just awful. I didn't like it. That's it for Runway Rundown Christmas edition. You want to go over a couple more things about our holidays, and then we'll sign off. Decorating. Let's talk about some decorations.
I love decorating for Christmas.
I know you do, but we haven't decorated this year, Paul.
Because we're leaving, and I did not want to decorate because then I wasn't going to be here, so we'll decorate next year.
How many trees do we usually put up? Like 3 or 4, right? Christmas trees in our house?
5.
Is it 5? We would do one in the foyer downstairs.
Downstairs in the living room.
One in the family room.
Downstairs in the family room.
One in the upstairs family room.
Upstairs family room.
One in our bedroom.
One in the bedroom.
Oh, one in our daughter's room.
Yes.
So we did do 5 Christmas trees. Oh my God. Wow.
And each tree had like a little companion.
Yeah. So we did more than 5 Christmas trees.
Yeah, but the main ones were fine.
Yeah. Did you do that many trees when you were growing up?
We couldn't afford that many trees. We can barely do 1 tree. And I remember going Christmas tree shopping at the Christmas tree farm, Christmas tree lot. And that's why I told you the other day, I said, I miss it. I really want to go walking through the Christmas tree lot.
Yes.
Even though we stopped buying a real Christmas tree.
Yep.
Because there was something beautiful about that moment when we used to walk through and pick out the perfect tree to bring home.
Did you ever put Christmas cookies out and pretend like Santa, and then any milk and cookies? You ever do anything like that?
Armenian Santa only ate Armenian cookies and chocolate milk.
We'd always put cookies out.
And it was vodka.
Of course, it's Armenian. Oh my God. That's insane. Well, before we go, I want to remind everybody this has been really, really fun.
Thanks for being with us for the whole year. Can't wait to be with you again next year starting.
And next week, you know what we're releasing for our episode? We can tease everyone and let everyone know. Next week, we're going to do a compilation of our best and most fun coffee reads with our celebrity friends this year from 2024. So while we are in Europe, we will be releasing the episode of some compilations of your best coffee reads.
I'm so glad you stuck with us, and thank you for keeping us number 1 where we belong.
Absolutely. And I want to remind everybody they can book their coffee read at polateu.com. That's POLATTEU.com. We do virtual, we do live, we do coffee reading parties in a city near you.
Book a dinner with us.
Book a dinner. You can go to fansocial.co and book us for dinner if you want, or go to the website.
And I'm always hungry and a good time when I'm full.
Yeah, he eats, I drink. We love you. Goodbye, Undressed bitches.
Keep sending us all the messages of love that you guys always do. See you soon.
See you in 2025.
Love you.
This podcast is brought to you by Hurrdat Media and American Media Television. Executive producers are Patrik Simpson, Paula Tu, and Pat Safford. Produced by Timothy Houlihan, Jordan Hill, and Sarah Silicula. Shooting and editing by Timothy Houlihan and Jordan Hill. Music and theme song Undressed, written and performed by Lionel Cohen, courtesy of B&A Productions. Artwork by Dominique Demetz, and hosted by Paula Tu, Patrik Simpson, and Little Snow White 90210. Remember to follow at Pola2 and at Patrik Simpson and at Snow White 90210, and watch Gown and Out in Beverly Hills on Prime Video. And don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast so you never miss an episode.